Hello and welcome back to the last stream, the last match that I know of at least. This is the Division 10 finals. So you watch the Division 1 finals. That's the very top level competition that we have. And now we're at Division 10. So this is the bottom division of what we have to offer here at the Collegiate Chess League. And these players are playing for potential chess.com diamond memberships. So the loser of the match gets platinum, the winner gets diamond. So something a little fun to offer for them. Didn't have any cash prizes left to give out to the bottom division, and Division 10's mostly just casual anyways, but these players are taking it pretty seriously. We got Akron, who won their match very close by a narrow margin against the Howard team yesterday. And here we have USC E, who's the number 1 seed overall, Akron being the number 2. So this is as competitive as it gets in Division 10, number 1 seed versus number 2. So yeah, USC, they sent in a lot of teams this season. This is their E team, so props to them for making it this far. But we're looking at Nero 18. I believe this is the bottom board for Akron, up against the top board. No, Tungo, man. Okay. Perhaps I had the ratings off, or maybe I have the wrong players. As it's possible, I just took the names from a previous match. Yeah, Jag, I missed your message, or I mean I saw it, but I was busy. Basically, I mean it's their A team, so we go by the team average. Hank Pete, thank you for playing. Appreciate you watching as well. You guys had a great season. So yeah, we will be saving all the matches, and ideally we'll be putting them on YouTube at some point. So hopefully you guys can watch it there. But for now, it's all on Twitch. Hopefully we can get our channel partnered so that the VODs last a little bit longer. But I've been saving them as highlights for the most part. I think sometimes we miss a few, but okay, E4. This is a fork. So it looks like Lonely Spaceman 40. I need to update the USC scoreboard, huh? So let's see. Jag, do you know their names? It's like Nero Team is playing Trungo, man. Belisario, the 4th board, so that stays the same. Looks like they're waiting for the board 3 of USC. I have an absurd amount of messages right now. But that's a good thing, right? Maybe not, but things are happening. Lots of matches being played. This is the final day of the season. Trung is that's yeah, their name is Trung. Oh. Oh. Wait, what was their name before? I had their name at something else, no? Unless I changed it to Lonely Spaceman. But Lonely Spaceman, I don't know what their name is. I should look it up. I should have done all this during the break. So I apologize to you guys for that, but it's not a big deal. Lonely Spaceman is James. We're gonna have to readjust the board. And yeah, do you guys know who the board 3 is? Good to see Bill Fang helping me out. They know the USC players. I don't, unfortunately. Maybe they're using J Deep. Maybe they're using Preston or Josh. Lonely Spaceman with the point against Jacob the Great. So starting the match off with a point for USC, their second board, taking down the board 3. Here Trungo man low on time. Let me actually see. Did Trungo man change their name? No, they didn't. So I changed it. So he has Galindo not playing. Is USC's board 3 missing? That is a valid question. Perhaps that I should be asking. All right, so Trung should be doing well against Nero 18. But they're low on time, actually. Really low on time. Black to move. 10 seconds. They're knight hanging. King back. Now bishop f5. Hits the queen. Queen here. There's bishop e6. Oh, Trung is going to go down. They missed it. King here. Bishop check. Rook block is the only move. And bishop takes his mate. Alupalco with the point. But yeah, that's a huge point for Nero 18. Taking down the top board. So what was missed? In this position. Actually, it looks like Nero 18 was just winning the whole time. Wow. So here. This is not the right path. But that's a big point for Akron. Who, from what I see, has a 2-1 lead. But I don't see USC's board 3. So if anyone in chat knows what's going on with that. So I heard that we have another match actually that's happening at 4 p.m. Pacific, which is unfortunate because that would give me an hour break. Ah, man. Okay. Sorry, I'm going through my... I should focus on the match. I have no idea where USC's board 3 is, unfortunately. Actually, maybe I should ask them. Okay. So USC down a point, offering queen trade. So Nero 18 with the big upset over Trungo, looking to get another point here, perhaps against Lonely Spaceman, who had the only point for USC in the previous round. So yeah, Nero's playing well. We got Trungo looking to get some redemption here against Jacob the Great. So pretty much even so far, nothing crazy. Although White a little bit ahead in development, a little bit of space in the center. No trades yet. Offering a trade here, attacking the knight, but I don't think Black necessarily wants to take the knight. Giving up the bishop pair like that. So now, yeah, knight d2 is a very solid move, just attacking that bishop. Trung has a bit of a time advantage. Seems to be up a minute. Castles for Black. Solid development move. Getting the king out of the center, and now c5. Keeping things closed, attacking the bishop. Bishop back to c7 makes sense. White now has this long pawn chain. Belisario is played. So Belisario is the bottom board. Still don't know who their top board is. Chessmaster Brent still feeling. Wait, was that a free queen? Oh my goodness. I looked away for a second. Not Trung's match right here. Lost the first match. Looking to lose the second one. That's kind of rough. That is a bit unfortunate. Yeah, queen c2 is not the move. Whoops. Okay, so here we have Lonely Spaceman. Seems to be up material. Looks to be winning more material. Rook a7 is hanging. We do have opposite color bishops, but 2 pawns is a lot, especially when they're passed. Like the pawns are on c5 and now a2. So gonna be hard for Nero 18 to swindle their way out of this one. Maybe looking for back rank, but this bishop on d3 is holding down the fort. Not to mention now the knight is blocking the rook. And White does have a flight square as well on h2. Not anymore with this last move. But yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to just playing a4, a5, a6, and so forth. Yeah, this knight and pawn duo, not only taking away the b file, but also preventing rook c8 and rook a8. So a very strong combination here. Pawn push. Bishop here is going to be somewhat annoying. Chessmaster Brent still soaking in the victory. The championship of Division 8. Congrats to you guys. Really happy for you. You're gonna have to make a club PayPal account so that we can pay out the prize. So keep in touch for that. And like in the bracket, I think you're also getting diamond membership, so that's gonna be pretty cool. Let's check out Jackson versus Belisario. So Belisario, I think they lost to Emelian, the captain of the Akron team. What is this knight doing on b2? Oh, so c3 knight check Forktown. But now the knight's trapped. But oh, not trapped. Never mind. Knight d3. So now bishop takes, sacrificing the bishop to get the pawn because now the knight on d3 is hanging. So just simply knight e4, queen d3. Yeah, Yurdell. If the USC E player is not showing up, they forfeit the round. So yeah, thank you for waiting the 15 minutes. You'll chill in the chat. Okay. Yeah, I'm still like so happy for the Division 1 match. This has been a really, really awesome stream so far. So we're winding down, cheering on your teammates. That's good. I still have a lot of work left to do myself. Okay, a5 threatening to trap the bishop. So let's see. Does black make a flight square for the bishop? Yes. Moving the c pawn. Yeah, Brent, you can. But yeah, there's still a lot I have to do. I got to reach out to all the teams, finalize the scores, make sure the teams that won prizes get their prizes. Then I got to write up some articles. Oh, giving up the bishop? Wait, no. Sorry, I saw the king was highlighted. I don't know why. Chess.com. Let's see. Can I Oh, see, I don't want to be making moves. All right. I fixed it now. No squares highlighted. Other than the ones of the previous move, which makes the most sense. Okay, offering queen trade. Very logical. Although Belisario's up material, so if they trade, that would make sense. But perhaps not wanting to trade since they have the safer king. White's king still stuck in the center of the board. Developing their knights. Knight in now. This is attacking d2. Perhaps rook d1 is needed. 41-0. Oh my god. Okay. Jesus. Yeah, hopefully you guys get some more players so you're not in Division 8 next time. Okay, Lonely Spaceman beat Nero 18. So they're 2 for 2. They tied the score up. Although, I guess if Bishop is away, we'll give a point to Jackson. So you have a 3-2 lead now for Akron. So Akron actually, they had a handicap in their previous round in the semifinals against Howard as well. One of Howard's players was missing. That match went down to the wire, 6.5 to 9.5. 39-2. You guys are wild. You guys would be like a solid, you know, Division 4 team. Maybe Division 3 even. Black has run out of time. Which player? We have 3 games underway. Black's at a minute. I mean, there's increment. So they're chilling. They're not chilling. It's still difficult, but they're not out of time. It's very hard for white to play. You would love to play f3, get this knight out of here. Like, you would love to put the knight over or the king away, but a lot of pressure on f2. Especially now that the rooks are doubled. So now d4, this blunders the pawn with check. This blunders the fork. This blunders en passant. Excuse me. Okay, so Belisario should be winning this. Should be. So they got the passed c-pawn now. Here we have both players under a minute. Trungo versus Jacob the Great. And yeah, Jacob the Great just had a free queen. So Trungo dropped that, unfortunately, pretty early on in the match. So Jacob the Great just looking to convert this. Keeping the rooks connected, though, at least. So black should probably just start pushing their pawns. They got a lot of them. Okay, back to Belisario. Belisario is low on the clock. I agree. But their position is looking pretty good. This king has finally made it over to the g2. So yeah, d4, a good practical decision for black, or for white, excuse me. But black didn't really punish. So now c4 is hanging. Rook takes c4. So now Belisario's only up, what? It's a piece for 2 pawns. But now white can double the rooks on the c file. A triple blunder. That was a free knight, by the way. That was a free knight. Where was the triple blunder? What, the en passant? Failing. I mean, they took here, right? That's still good. Not the best. Definitely en passant was crushing. So let's see. We missed the free knight. Belisarius was in severe time pressure. Oh, sacrifice on g3. A rook sacrifice nonetheless. Now queen g2. No. Queen check. Queen block only move. Queen f1. Now queen takes h4 check. Only 10 seconds for Belisario. Queen takes h4, the only move with initiative. You don't want to trade. No, that's not going to work. Queen takes, knight takes. The knight is so not good on h1 in the corner. Oh, boy. Jackson Moberg now up in exchange. Can we trap the knight? Rook takes a pawn. Rook attacking e3. So the knight can escape to g3. Well, no. There was rook f3. Rook f3. Oh! Oh, king e2. Fork. Oh, my goodness. So now Belisario is back to winning. But hold on. White's pushing the... Oh, that's a free rook! What? Rook c8? Oh, my goodness. Belisario. Giving up the house with that move. Oh, man. Now white's going to have a queen. Getting rid of the knight. I don't know. Maybe hoping for stalemate or something, but you got too many pawn moves. Oh, what a sloppy game. Unfortunate. There's mate next in 2. The ladder. Let's see. Yeah, they got the good technique. Jackson with the big point. Jacob the Great beating Trungo Man. And here we have Jackson with the point. And we have Alupalco Emelian, who joined us in the interview yesterday after the match. So let's see how they're doing. They're the heavy favorite here, up 800 rating. So let's see. They're up a bishop. Now, queen takes c3 is a pawn. Anything is possible. That's right, white noise. Don't stop believing. Never give up. Never surrender. Never resign. All 3 results are possible at any given moment throughout the entire match. I don't know if you watched yesterday with Ray Robson, but I asked him, all right, Ray, what's the percent chance of a back rank mate? And he put it at 6%. And lo and behold, it happened. Okay, so now the queen's hitting both rooks. Obviously, the rooks defend each other, but that pins the pawn to the e file. So we have rook to the c file now. This should win the c6 pawn. But also unpinning the e pawn. So now after captures, we're threatening checkmate. So this queen's going to have to find a move. The queen could potentially go to b2. Okay, so going to d3, and now white should take. Man. Okay, so checkmate alert. Gotta watch out. So you either take, which isn't great, but don't want to allow stuff like this. Let's see. Yeah, probably just taking is best, but then you have like bishop here. And then you'll need rook here. And then this perhaps will fall. So white's definitely playing for the win here. Of course, the captain and board leader for Akron. I call them Akron. I don't know. It's probably Akron. I've never been to Akron. I've been to Ohio. I've been to USC. As much as I hate to admit it, I've been there. We have resignation. Black decided not to play on, and they lose that game. So now Akron's up 6-2. And now we got Jackson versus Trungo Man. Trungo Man struggling 0 for 2 in their first two. Now playing against Jackson, who had a nice win against Belisario. Belisario blundering a lot of chances, unfortunately. So now Trungo Man trying to avenge their teammate. The fourth board. Also looking to get their first point of the match. But yeah, USC, they're guaranteed at least platinum memberships. So I see some of their players are missing any memberships. Same with Akron. They're guaranteed platinum as well. They're fighting for diamond. That's what you get in Division 10. We had 2 Milwaukee teams enter Division 10, so we didn't want to put out prize funds, as it wouldn't be fair. I mean, also, we had all the prize funding kind of allotted to the higher divisions, so that is something that I might have to change. We have the same prize fund for next season at $25,000, so that's going to stay the same, but we're going to have teams joining us, probably more divisions, more teams, more schools. So the prize funding is going to have to change. We're going to have to figure that out, how we want to do that. So that we can only determine after registration's complete, because at the time being, we don't know how many teams, schools, and divisions we're expecting to register. But okay, queen back for Trungo, looking at h4. That would come with check. But the king can simply get out of that. King could get out of it right now with king g2. There's king g3 as well. I think that black would be good to push their pawns on the king side. So here we have opposite side castles, which is very exciting for attacking chess, because we have these pawns on the other side of the board that can be used for attacking rather than defending. Normally when you castle that side, your pawns will defend your king. But when you castle opposite, the other side across from your king is vacant. There's no king defended there, so those pawns are free to push. And push they shall. Is black going to go all out with g5 or h5 or f5? Okay, they go g5. Strong move. Trying to open things up against this white king here on g3. So black definitely has a safer king. White a little bit behind development, trying to get the queen out involved on the e-file. We have Belisario and Jacob the Great. This game has just started. Yeah, that is 15 minutes. You're right, Eardell. So bishop dropping the first two. I mean, I don't even personally know if it's bishop, but it could be someone else. I don't know. Does it say on the site? Because I didn't look. But we will give the second point out to, who is it? Should be Alipalku, probably. 3 for 3. 7-2 right now. They have bishop on the side. Okay. Ah, you are Emilian. Emilian Ardeljan. Ardelian? Probably not. I was calling you Eardell. That's kind of funny. Anyhow, just call you Emilian. Emilian Chameleon. I'm sure you've heard that before, right? That'd be a good username. Yeah, I could tell. I see that now. Okay, so let's stick with Jackson and Trunga. Let's see. So we have G5 keeping things closed. Now Black trying to keep the pressure up, pushing F6. Now this pawn on F4 is pinned. So if Black takes here and White takes back, there's Rook takes with check. Bishop's logging in now. Oh my goodness. Yeah, well they're tuning in for the second half of the match. It would take almost a miracle for USC to come back. I see Trungo and Jacob DeGrey were talking about their game. They want to befriend each other and continue playing after the event, which I think is very wholesome. That's another great thing about the Collegiate Chess League is we're combining players in the same space. We're building communities, expanding friendships. These are players that normally wouldn't ever play each other, that are now together in the same league, competing. And yeah, it's about connecting people. It's about growing the game, particularly in college. But anyways, Black is doing really well here. Both players about 1200, but Black has got a very safe king. White very kind of discombobulated. This pawn is hit by everything, both rooks and the queen. And it's opposite the king as well. So this knight's defending, the queen's defending, but that's about it. Hello, Saper Cow. G-Force, thanks for the follow. So looking for a rook trade, but now you can probably take on F4. The knight's coming in. Okay, so this allows for... Well, it doesn't allow. If you take here, knight takes with the fork. And notice Black is taking advantage of the pin on the pawn by the rook. So Black's being very smart. Queen's coming in, hoping to stir up some trouble. But this rook is also just defended, so king steps up is totally fine after the check. And the queen was also one of the defenders of F4. But with the knight on E5, you kind of block the queen. But there's a check. King should move. And now Black doesn't necessarily have to sacrifice the exchange for the F pawn because it's not as good as anymore. So actually, White gives up the exchange. Gives check. Now Black can just defend the queen, or they step the king up is probably better. And maybe now Black is starting to take on F4. I mean, they've been threatening that, so... Okay. Take the pawn. Yeah, and now rook takes. Probably. Only 5 seconds for Trungo. 4, 3. They gotta go. They gotta go. 1 second. Move, move, move. 2.1. Oh, man. With the last 10th of a second remaining, I thought it hit 0. Wow. 1 second. Oh, my God. They're gonna flag. Oh. Oh, Jackson with the win. Trung. Too slow. They're 0 for 3 now. So let's check out Bishop. They missed the first two. Maybe they can carry USC back from the depths. They're down 2-8. Looks like Akron should be able to convincingly finish this match. They only need a draw at this point to clinch a win. getting them and their teammates diamond memberships. So we got all 4 games here underway. Well, I see 4. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing 2 games, but I'm not sure. Okay, trade of queens. White pushing the pawn. Very bold. Now the pawn cannot be defended. So yeah, going after that b pawn. So before there was potentially ace a3 defending the pawn here, but now that the pawn is pushed, it's kind of a weak target. So black's going to try to double up and attack this. So now white's going for the counter activity, going after the a pawn. Knight here attacks the rook, so rook takes pawn. Black can take on b5. But no, going all the way back. And now black can continue with their plan, doubling up on the b file. There it is. Knight here, and now black can just take. This should be good for black. Nero is playing well. Did they go for it? Or do they have something else in mind? There it is. It's on the board. So now black's starting to take on b1, so white will either have to trade rooks or leave the rooks on the board. And now leaving the rooks on the board allows for black to infiltrate on the b file. Rook b2 is a solid move. Instead going h6. Now the knight attacks the rooks. Now rook b2 is really a good move. Not only getting the activity on the second, but also getting out of the attack of the knight. So gotta be hard for white to come back from this. The black piece activity is just very high. Knight attacks the rook. Rook is going to simply save itself. So black should save the rook. Where's the rook going? Rook left. No, rook over. Interesting. So now rook e to b1 maybe? Trying to take back the b file. Now f2 is hanging, so that's unfortunate. And if you push the f pawn, then e3 is hanging. So not too good for white, is it? So rook over. Makes sense. Okay, so probably a pawn push for black now. Something. Or maybe attack the knight. And then something else. But black is the one calling the shots. They got this beautiful knight on d3. Hidden some key squares. Let's check out Trungo versus Emelian. Emelian, the favorite, of course. Trung, top board for USC's E team. They need some points, but they're 0-3 so far. The top 2 boards for Akron are both 3-3. Very impressive. Jackson Moberg, the other player that's undefeated. Lonely Spaceman looking to do really hot though right now. So like, what's going on? Looks like white. What does white have? Pinning the pawn. So the threat is rook takes fork. So actually, how does white defend this? F3. Okay. So what is the material count? Looks like white is up an exchange and a pawn. So Lonely Spaceman is doing well. Rook g2. This unpins the pawn. Knight into c4. Hey, Finkel. Good to see you. The format of the Collegiate Chess League is teams of 4 playing in a blitz match. Games are 5 minutes plus 2-second increment. All players on one team play all the players on the other team. So you have 4 rounds of 4 games each. And that gives a total of 16 games per match. As you can see, Akron has 8 so far. They only need a draw to clinch the win. And that's going to be the last match that we're covering today. At least for this stream. There might be more matches later today. Like, I think Berkeley's D team is going to be playing against maybe Drexel. I'm not sure. We'll see if I cover it. I haven't eaten yet today, so probably I'll get dinner first, and then maybe I'll cover it, probably. But yeah, like today we were on the Chess TV embed. We were on Twitch front page. We have Grandmaster Christian Trilla join us to cover the D1 finals match, which is very exciting. We had a raid from Kasparov Chess, which is pretty cool. I don't know if any of you guys are still here from that. So yeah, I love getting the support. Kasparov does the Kasparov Cup, I believe, which is another university kind of event. That's a free rook. Ooh. Ooh. That was a free rook right there. So Belisario giving up free rooks. What's up with that? Very generous, very kind player is Belisario. Definitely. You tuned in when Christian Trilla was here. That's really cool. It's always good to see you, Finkel. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, Jacob the Great should be able to close this one out, but both players very low on time. Lonely Spaceman got a win. They're 3 for 3 now. Or 3 for 4, I guess. I don't know. They beat Jackson, so maybe they're 3 out of 4. But yeah, Jackson couldn't go 4 for 4. Keeping USC's hopes alive, perhaps. Although I do think I'm missing games, so I'm not sure. This game might end up being a draw. I don't know. Very unlikely, though. Very unlikely. I think Black should be able to win this pretty convincingly. We'll see. Always stalemate chances. Okay, there goes the a5 pawn. So not over yet. There's rook h5. Or here. King over. Yeah, rook looking to go back to h5. There it is. Rook c6. And now actually white's kind of in zugzwang, so that's unfortunate. Rook c6 was a nice move from black. So now black is completely winning. That's unfortunate. Yeah, Collegiate Chess League starts back up again mid-February. So be sure to keep an eye out for that when registration opens. Trading here, but even though it's an h-pawn, the king escapes and that pawn is promoting next. So if only this king could have gotten to f2 a bit sooner, could have been a draw, but maybe stalemate. We'll see. We have bishop versus Nero. What's happening here? Nero looks to be winning with the black pieces, up a rook, as well as a lot of pawns. That's always pretty good. No, we'll have streams. We'll have streams. So Nero 18 with a point. That should clinch the win for Akron. So congratulations to University of Akron with a Division 10 championship title under their belts. We have Jacob the Great with the mate, advancing their lead. But yeah, this has been fun. A couple crazy moves from some of the players, particularly Belisario. I'm looking at you, Brittany Shaw. But perhaps just the pressure and the time pressure, like very low time. Black has mate next. They resign. So Alpalku, flawless, 4 for 4. And yeah, that is it for me. I'm missing like, I don't know, 2 games, but that's all right. Yeah, GG's. Good to see you tuned in, Lonely Spaceman. You played well. You carried your team as best you could, but unfortunately, not enough to beat Akron, the number 2 seed. But yeah, you guys, both teams are winning memberships to chess.com at least. So we didn't have any prizes set up initially, but I made sure to get you guys something at least. We have Jacob the Great versus Bishop. So I guess we'll watch this one play out. But yeah, I'm gonna be heading out after this. I guess I have an hour break before Berkeley. I'm not sure if there are any other matches that are happening right now that I could cover, because I got tons of messages to go through. But yeah, I think I'll just raid somebody and be back after I eat dinner. So yeah, let's see. All right, so if Bishop wins this game, I'm gonna actually reverse the result. USC wins with a win on this in this game. So I changed my mind. What's my favorite vegetable? Probably corn. If you count that as a vegetable. Maybe corn is a grain. I don't know. But I feel like I'm walking into a trap. I'm being set up. Maybe actually potato. Potato might be my favorite vegetable. UCLA would never let USC win. I mean, if they earned it. You like salad? Is salad a vegetable? This is what the chat has devolved into. From THS. Oh, Brent's never gonna let this down. This is going on Brent's resume now. I don't know when the 3rd place matches were. Oh man, there's so much to unpack. The final recap, the article is gonna be crazy. Of course, a salad vegetable. What are you talking? Vegetable is like the stem, the leaf, or the roots of a plant, pretty much. Salad is like a bunch of things combined. I bet you could have a salad of things that aren't even vegetables, like a fruit salad. What did I say? I don't know. I have a lot to unpack. A lot of matches to go over when I write up the article reviewing the finals weekend. But yeah, you guys, tomorrow is Monday. I'm flying home on Tuesday. First off, I apologize. I'm not really commentating this match. The game's over. I should look up if there are any other teams playing after this. But I do know Berkeley and I think Drexel are playing like an hour after this. You misclicked your first 2 dude, I think yeah, that was very unfortunate for you. You and Belisario had very unfortunate predicaments. Yeah, win the funny learning. That's another part of my that's a part of my job. I got to educate the chat. I got to teach them a few things. So all right, offering a queen trade. So what's happening? Bishop is up a pawn. but they got the bishop pair. The rooks are being traded. The pawn could have pushed with the discovery, so white actually stops this. But yeah, black's doing well. They got a pass pawn, right? Connected by the bishop. Can offer rook trades. Both sides, still plenty of time left. But yeah, like I said, if bishop wins this game, USC wins. I'll give the diamond memberships to USC. Just kidding. We gained 100 followers in a day or two. Nice. The green or reddish Sal leaves. You were joking, Nero, or nah? Yeah, you were gonna say Nero 18 won his last. Should I give them a point? Did I miss it? I don't know. 12-3. So what? 15. So I guess this is the last one, huh? So everyone on Akron at least getting 2 points. It's pretty solid. Jacob the Great looking to go for 3 points. With a win here. I love tomatoes. Oh. I still need to watch the USC UCLA game. So I ran into a random UCLA alum at the store yesterday, which is kind of surprising considering where I am, but it was cool because we talked. The guy graduated in 1966, and he was telling me how excited he was for the game. He still watches all the sports games. He's still bragging about UCLA as a school. It was really cool to see. He said he had 22 grandkids, and it made his day when I told him that I go by the username Joe Bruin online. He was just so happy about it. That is UCLA's mascot. But yeah, that definitely made my day. He told me about the match. And I was like, oh. How Trung, dude? Not too hot. He put up an eggshell. An empty 0, unfortunately. You would assume USC won. What are you talking about, Emilian? It was 62-33. Dang, I really need to see that. Hopefully, I can watch it when I go back home and we have it recorded somewhere. But yeah, I'm going to be flying into LA. Maybe I shouldn't be telling you all this, but I'm going to be hanging out. UCLA Chess Club is doing this really cool thing where... Oh, this pawn's hanging, though. Maybe bishop here. So I, on my personal channel, about a year or two, it was like right before Corona happened, I had a prize for donators in my chat where if you donate a certain amount to charity that we were raising for, the UCLA Chess Club would send you a signed chess set by the chess club. And then Corona happened. And so the schools all left to be online. And so no one was at the UCLA Chess Club in person. But now that things are back to open, I just ordered some chess sets, and the entire UCLA Chess Club got them signed. I'm going to be going now to UCLA to sign them. I feel like this is a good move. That defends the bishop, attacks both of these things. But all right. Bishop back is still solid, keeping pressure here. But yeah, like if the chess clubs get sets, I would recommend, it'd be cool for you guys to sign it. Like imagine I have the winning team each year sign a chess set, and then eventually, hear me out, the Collegiate Chess League will have a Collegiate Chess League Hall of Fame. Imagine how cool that would be. And then we add like all the chess sets from all the winners that they had signed it, and we have like all the trophies, and man, I think that's such a cool idea. I don't know. But yeah, I saw UCLA Chess Club had the picture of the set signed on their Instagram, and it looked so nice. It looked really good. So I'm looking forward to picking those up, signing it myself, getting a couple extra signatures from other players. Knight takes b6, pretty solid move here. Attacks the bishop, defends the pawn, wins the pawn. So they find it. Mr. Art Brains, thank you for the follow, as well as Corvid Deity. Appreciate you guys. Okay, rook takes a4 is a thing. Probably the knight wants to go here. Lonely Spaceman as well, one of the USC players. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, USC should have a Twitch account. I know Jag has had interest. Jaden from, I believe, their B team. Okay, b6 looks good. Threatening b7, but perhaps rook b4 would have been fine there. So here, rook attacking the c5 pawn makes a lot of sense. Bishop f8 should be sufficient defense. Attack the knight. Okay, this gives up the pawn, but then, okay, the bishop covers this, but okay, the rook covers that. Okay, so I'm basically just calculate. This is how I calculate. Okay, free pawn. Can I take it? Well, pawn push. They're gonna promote, but I cover it. But they have bishop takes here, which would pin my bishop to my king. But I have rook takes now. So all in all, I believe rook takes c5 is the best move. First off, this is attacked. Second off, that's hanging. But yeah, they go here. They are now allowing c4. Defending the pawn. This pawn's defended by the rook. No time to take. So yeah, black might be they might be breaking through. I don't know what's happening now. d6 looks good. Ah, they go here. So that drops the pawn. No, it doesn't. This is defended by a potential fork. Oh, knight fork. They take with the rook first, really? Oh, don't take with the bishop. This is check, and now there's no longer a fork. So now the king has to move, or like c3, or bishop here. But now you take on g7? No, king takes. This bishop's guarding the... Maybe king here? Okay, king here has been played. Okay, pawn. You can sack the exchange maybe. Or actually, you could take the bishop, pawn takes, and you have knight here. It's kind of weird stuff. I don't know. But yeah, rook takes d3 I think is very solid. I think it's very solid. Now, pawn push, we have rook check, rook here, getting behind the pawn. But yeah, trading here. This is looking good. This bishop can come here. Oh, we should have taken. Now bishop e5 is a must. But now knight takes with check. Knight here, very interesting. Knight check. Knight attacking the bishop. Bishop's got to move here. Box the knight out. But now... Okay, there goes this pawn. King here. King up. Taking space. King back. Knight check. Knight here. Missed c2 after rook d3. No. After rook d3, c2, like I said, there was rook d8 check, king moved, and then rook c8. So c2 was not missed. King, I liked king e4. This is also good, right? King here. Yeah, and the king's going to come this way. And now the knight is going to have to target the pawn. So there's knight check, knight here. And then white should have 2 pawns to none and win the game. So we will see. Okay, knight here also, very solid choice. Didn't go for it. You go here, very peculiar. So now the bishop can move, and actually the pawn's defended by the king. So yeah, putting the king on f5 was a mistake. The king could have probably should have gone to g6. Would have been better. Oh my god, 1 second for bishop. So now, hey, what's going on? Guess the knight wants to come here, and that's going to force the king away from the defense of g5. So nicely done by Jacob the Great. Going 3 out of 4. Very nice technique. And that finishes the match between Akron and USC E. USC getting second place in Division 10, winning platinum memberships, and Akron getting first place overall in their division and winning diamond memberships. So yeah, that is it for me for now. I might be back in an hour with a Berkeley versus Drexel match. I am not entirely sure. There might be other matches later. I have to really just double check. A lot of teams had to reschedule throughout today because they didn't have a lot of time from yesterday's match to organize. But I will change that for next season. We'll have a week difference probably between semifinals and finals. Although I must say this has been an incredibly exciting and entertaining weekend for me personally, hopefully for you guys as well. I had a blast covering all the matches. Super fortunate to be joined by Grandmaster commentators and Ray Robson yesterday and Christian Trula today. Definitely overqualified to be streaming with me, but the pleasure's been all mine. I've done commentary with Christian before.